Hi, and welcome to Swap Up Gaming and another stream about my game I'm building up. Talk a little bit about what's happening here the uh, last day since yesterday. So, well, first of all, what I've been doing here is I had an issue is that I couldn't really target my new vehicles with my trace under trace on the mouse function in my player controller. So I had to deal with that, and yeah, I had to learn some new things and haven't really encountered before. Uh, a lot of people knows this is probably very basic for a lot of people, but I had to start dealing with um, new, what do you call it? Physics assets to get, because the problem is that my vehicles are going to be very different. You can have some tank-like vehicles on tracks, and we're gonna have some mechs on two legs. And the problem is that they are totally different. They need different components. Uh, for example, the capital component just doesn't work for a vehicle of a car character. So what I need to do is I need to start over a little bit when it comes to the characters, how I spawn them in the world, etc., etc. It's nothing major. I just need to create subclasses to my characters, to my vehicles, and have one sub character for my mechs and one sub character or subclass for my tanks, etc., etc. Dogs. Anyway, so that is, and what I need to do is start working on individual movement components for each type, and that's going to be a lot of work, and I need to learn more about it, and it's going to be actually pretty fun to learn. So I'm putting that aside for now, and we are going to continue working on our targeting and see where we can end up, because we got some issues right now. We need to launch the right, how should I put it? We need to spawn the right, let's see, I'm gonna get our character up and running here. Oh, here we go. I also changed the size on it a little bit. I don't know what's happening, but it's got a very laggy in movement. So that's not. Hi, Known. How you doing, man? It feels like it's not moving as smooth right now. But anyway, so right now what I can do is I can right click on these guys and I get, the regular menu here. I can look at them. I can target them. Get a little frozen though. Something not really working. A little laggy. Don't really know what that is all about. But yeah. Anyway, so I can target my guys here now. And stuff like that. We can look at different objects in the world. So that's always good. I don't know if I need to restart my computer. It's been on for quite a bit. So could be something with that. But I don't know. Something is not right because it feels very drunky. So yeah, and there's nothing really going on in here in this world that should take resources. So I don't know. I don't know if the physics assets takes a lot of memory and stuff like that. Hey JJ, Depends on what you're doing. I would say that ChatGPT probably helps me more, because I can ask it straight questions, and he usually gives me a pretty good, at least, direction to go in. When it comes to looking at code, so I use both. My random does same thing. Oh, yeah. All right. It's just Unreal. I sat today actually and opened a new project for vehicle movements, just to go through and see how they did it in their vehicle class. So I do both, but when it's straight up questions, I tend to go to ChatGPT, and then to understand a little bit more about a larger issue, I go in and go through the blueprints and trying to see what they done in their code. Because sometimes ChatGPT can lead you astray. So yeah. Let's restart and yeah. Well, I don't know. It could be also because I've been heavily streaming with multiple players and testing everything out. So it could be, here I only have one player. All of a sudden it's only one client, and now it feels fine. So it's probably Chaos Wheel vehicle. Yeah, the thing is, I never really looked into it because I never ever done vehicles that way. I saw they had the Chaos Wheeled vehicle in there, and it's probably fine. I know you probably need to take care of that part for me, so I don't have to. Nah, I need to learn it, but I saw what you did with your tank, which is fucking awesome. It looked really, really well, really good. So, but I think also as a learning thing for me, I should try to build my own movement components. It's a lot of features. Is it too much features? It could be too much features though, right? There's a lot of code in there we don't really use and don't need. And I don't know. But I think that I'm going to sit down for a couple of days or this weekend and stuff like that and try to build up my own movement component from scratch, just to learn actually what happens in it and how it works, especially for vehicles that, because we're gonna have mechs, right? They can use the regular movement component, character movement component. That's fine. But if we start looking at vehicles that move on the ground, like not cars per se, but tanks and something similar to that, small bandwagons, maybe wheeled vehicles is fine. Maybe I can start looking into how to build something from scratch. I don't know. Through throttles like a tank throttle repeat track. Yeah, you have to physically rotate your tank. Yeah, that's what actually it came up when I was talking to ChatGPT, of course, because I don't have friends. But the whole thing with double tracked, that you don't have that, and you might need to put that in yourself. Power curves, steering curves. Is it? Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, this project is for me to learn, and that was what this whole thing was starting out with. So, but yeah, Jesus, torque settings. power curve steering. There's a lot of unpacking to do there, I can tell you that. Oh my god. Well, you done it, you know. It takes a while to go through, right, and get to know everything and how everything works. But I think that the time when I get to actually have a physical tank model, you know, that I want to use, that's when I start going and I start going, okay, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're animating this, okay, we need to have this movement. I just want to have an broad overview right now to see how am I going to put the whole project together, because I was thinking first that I could use one class and spawn all my vehicles from the same class, but that's not going to happen. I need to subclass these into at least mech class and you know, a track class or whatever, in order to put the right movement component in there, because right now I only have, you know, the regular character movement, and I need to be able to say that, okay, these are going to be operated with these components. And so we're gonna have, I got to start thinking, you know, broadly how I'm going to structure it, because right now I basically has, if we look at our code here, I have a vehicle base, right? I was thinking about doing tracked and wheeled base and mech, and then I, for some reason, I went back to just have the vehicle base. But now we got to go back and say that, okay, we got to have wheeled, we're going to have tracked, and we're going to have mechs. Because I had, on top of that, I have a character base, and the character base is, of course, of a character. The idea for this whole thing was that if I come to a situation where I want to have walking station, so I have a station and the character, you get a character that can run around in a station, or maybe even if your vehicle get blown up and you manage to survive and you can run your body back to your station, whatever. You know, so I wanted to, that's what I'm talking about, this overbroading view on the project. How can I get this as efficient as possible with as least as few classes as possible? So that's what, you know. Yeah, we'll need to decouple classes. I know. I really probably need to start looking into that. So, but the thing is that it's so much code that is combined, right? That everybody is going to use the same code. Like, I don't know. How we interact with the world, how our spring arm work, how our camera works, stuff like that. But then I need to decouple some things. And I didn't really understand the difference between, can you have, because this is something I brought up with when I was trying to learn as much as possible in such a short time, is that, can you have a character that goes down into classes and becomes more of a pawn? You know what I mean? Because a character has all this extra stuff in it that we need for certain items. What I could do is I can say that some mechs, for example, could get from both a pawn and a character, and then I have a pawn as a parent. So, for example, I start with a pawn on top, and then the character that needs that character stuff inherits from both the pawn and the character. I don't know. Vehicle, you could probably have one or two classes. I thought about using my tank class for a full-wheeled vehicle, but it wouldn't work if the steering is different. Yeah, that's exactly where we come down to. I need different movement controllers for the different vehicles, and that's where I go like, oh shit! All right, I'm gonna put this aside for now, and I can do it during the weekend when I have 48 hours. You know, 2 whole days where I can just sit and grind through, you know, exactly how to do these classes and how to operate it. The thing is that most of everything I do movement wise comes from the player controller, and then I need to have the same player controller for all classes, because you don't want to move. What I read up on was that you don't want to change player controller. If you have one character, you don't want to change player controller mid-play. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would love to help with that, because I'm just not. I don't have that knowledge. You know. Yeah, my player controller controls everything here as well. The problem when it comes down to it is that my player controller is going to have 3 different sets. Let's say you have 3 different sets of movement, right? You're going to have a mech that runs around on 2 legs. Maybe you even have a mech that runs on 4 legs. Then you're going to have a mech, a vehicle, a tank vehicle that goes on 2 tracks, and then maybe have some kind of ATV, 4-wheel drive kind of vehicle, and then so also you get 3 different things that's working together and need to, so yeah, it's a lot of thinking, it's a lot to think about, and but yeah, I mean, there are certain things I would love to have help with, especially when it comes to rigging and vehicles, stuff like that. Well, not really, because what you can do is just that you have a very large controller class, and then in the start, when you start in the controller, you say you cast the controller, or you cast the moving, you do a parent class, right, of a movement controller of some type. And that is just so you can use the same subclass of. And if you use a subclass of, and then underneath you have all the different type of if tank. Yeah, right. So if this is this type of, yes. And then you say, okay, if this is this, use this code. If this is that, use that code, or if this is this, use that code. So, and then you just have a player controller that, maybe is 3,000 characters, but every time or 3,000 lines, every time you use a specific character, it's only going through very little code. The rest, it's just, space for whenever you change vehicle. Because you don't want to change controllers. If you spawn an actor, you spawn a character, you spawn let's say a player logs in, he gets awarded a controller, right? He starts the game. The problem is changing controllers in between can apparently give you a lot of weird errors, because all of a sudden one part of the system thinks that you're going to have this controller, then you have to add that controller to a lot of places. I don't exactly know how it works, but I heard that it can lead to issues that you never thought could happen. That's what it comes down to. So you wanna share that. Wait, how? I wanted to add a little bit music in this stream, but apparently, yeah, some songs on I don't want to have it too loud, but some songs are very, very quiet, so it's almost I can't barely hear it. It's just that I was streaming, I was like, damn, it's so quiet on my streams. It's so freaking boring. I want something to have a little background noise. At least when nobody's here and sitting and talking, I just talk, and then it's nice to have some kind of audio in the background. Anyways, so but where we are right now anyway. So that is something to have in mind, really, because Oh, you make it draggable. Sort of make it work, but gonna drag it to a small space. Uh, I use Blueprint on draggable, so if you want to, we can have a look. I mean, I'm not in a hurry to do anything else anyway. So, let's see. Well, let's see. So what I do is I have it. I'm thinking how I did it myself. So I spawn everything inside. Let's see. Let's take a look here, just for the hell of it. I'm thinking maybe it's something on how I add it to the screen. Just for the hell of it, let's look. This is wrong. Game tester and blueprints. Brenna. No, it's. I mean, I'm not in a hurry to do anything. I spent the last 5 hours question ChatGPT about getting this, you know, how to do things. You know, when I realized that this is not going to work for me, so I'm okay taking a little break. Hi, Depinder, how you doing, man? Welcome in. Welcome in. So let's see. If we look at floating window, boom. So this is my floating window, right? So in my graph, I had, like everybody, you know, you have the mouse button down. I guess this is exactly what you have. So on drag detected, you get the information and you know, you send it off. I would think that that's exactly what you have. And then I actually have my overlay. So this overlay is an empty overlay. And this is actually where I have my on drop functionality. Pop-up widget in a size box, and the pop-up widget is displayed in my tank HUD overlay. I'm not sure if I need the functionality pop-up window. So the drag functionality, creating drags, is in the pop-up window, right? Because that's the widget you want to move. So you're dragging from that widget. So that's where you drag functionality need to live. And the drop function, so on drop, this is located inside the overlay. So I have an empty overlay. It's nothing in here. It's just an empty box. It's a canvas. I don't even think it needs to be that. It just needs something. I put a canvas here because I thought I had to have a canvas to add the child, etc. I don't think you need that. So basically calling here, casting, the visible widget reference removed from parent. So this is where you actually start to drag. No, this is where it gets removed. Hold on. Then we add it to the viewport. Set visibility, set here, set position in viewport. And then you take the widget reference and the position. And the position, how did the hell we get that? So here. So you get your point event, you get the screen space position, you get the, make it absolutely local, and then you remove it from the drag offset, and the drag offset you got in your other widget where your pop-up widget, and then you get that position. You have the pop-up widget in a size box, and the pop-up widget is displayed in my tank HUD overlay. Okay, so you have two different parts of your code, right? You have the drag detected, you have the create the drag, and then you have the drop, right? That's three different functions that need to come in play. The pop-up widget is in the size box. So you want to move the size box and the pop-up widget, or just the pop-up widget? Because I think you want to move the whole thing, the size box, the whole widget, right? Because if you, I mean, I'm spawning this widget, my base widget, this whole thing is spawned, and I'm moving everything, the whole widget. There's no, you know, I don't know what you mean when you say in the size box. That's what's throwing me off here right now. Because I have that here as well, if that's what you mean. I start with a root box, size box, but that has nothing to do with the drag functionalities. It's just a holder. I'm just thinking, you know, the HUD overlay. Yeah, so anyway. Okay. Let's see. It's you know, it takes a while to sit around and play around with and try to get it to work out. It's a lot of testing and testing and testing. All right. Okay. So what are we doing here, really? Let's see here. So I got my cursor trace, right? So this is the thing that happens underneath my cursor when I right click on, let's see, go back here. Boom. One problem I see here right now is that I can't actually target myself. No, I changed that. That's good. I can still target myself that way, but don't have the control target functionality. Okay, perfect. Let's see. Still doing as client. Yeah, that's important. Close that down. So, trying to come back to where the hell I was. So let's see. Oh yeah, we're checking here. So we're doing a trace curse under the mouse. Checking if it's not the pawn that I'm having, the target actor and the pawn is not the same. So that's the first check. Second is that we want to know if the target actor implements either the interactable interface or the vehicle interface. And then we're checking if we are pushing our left button and that we have the control key pressed. There's a lot of checks that are happening here. And then we're getting the component, the targeting component. And then if we have that, we are adding the target there. And then we're setting the HUD like we come across yesterday. And then we are adding the target with the actor from the cursor hit. So the next thing we want to do here is we want to look into the right click here. So every item that I can interact with, I can right click on. However, I want this menu to be different depending on what I'm clicking on. I don't want to be able to target myself. That's the first thing I can see. So we want to have I don't know if we're going to have a radial menu though. Or if we're going to have a drop down menu. Because here I want to do, what I want to do when I'm right clicking on my own vehicle is I want to have change my name, change my vehicle name. I want to be able to check my storage. I want information about the vehicle. So I don't need to look at and I don't need the target. But I'm thinking that I'm going to have like I do in my fitting window, something like this. Interesting. Now it's all good. Remember it the other day I was having something here, and when I right clicked on it, it ended up here or some shit like that. That's just weird. I wonder if I want this though when I click on my vehicle. What do you guys think? Should I have that, or should I have a radial menu? Maybe I should always have this. I don't like, the problem is I have this radial menu that I don't, it's not radial for the first thing. Although I like to have the easy to see widgets. So, but if I look at my own, I probably want to have more of a, this kind of pop-up menu. And we can do that. I think we can do that, right? Launch one of these instead of one of these. I think that is better. Decisions. So if it's my own vehicle, we have one. If it is somebody else's vehicle, we have another. Or maybe not. No, I think I want the same when I'm thinking about it. Jesus, I'm going back and forth here. I mean, it's not going to look like this anyway, so it doesn't freaking matter. It's going to look different. So I think I'd rather have a similar but different. So let's go and just do our so we're gonna go into my, let's see, my radial menu. Cool. All right. So it used to look much better, but yeah, getting a little pissed off with this because I have something called, this is so interesting. I have something called any button, right? This is the thing I got. I paid for this actually, and that's really what pisses me off mostly, is that I got this any shape button, and I can just do this circular. So let's see if this we still broken. Probably is. Button normal. Drag and drop. Hold on. Style. Circular. Circle. The hell did I call it? Didn't I call it circle? Call it something. Let's see. Blueprints game. I think I put it in content, assets, images. Model images, materials. I don't remember. My God. Blueprints. Equipable. Center. Jesus. So, let's see. So we can do that 64 by 64. So if we click on this and we start playing. And now we are clicking. So we have the button here. Why is it? Oh, right. Because it's the same. We're gonna go and copy this. Copy. Paste. And paste. I'm just gonna do a little color. Red is fine. And pressed and set this to green. Okay. So you see, and the good thing with this is that it doesn't matter. It feels, you know, it reacts when you hover over it and not outside it, right? So even if I'm on the side there, it's doesn't react. That's a good thing. So let's see here. Everything is saved. Everything is done. Boom. Let's close this down. And we're gonna restart this. Let's see if it's... Yeah, see, it's gone. Every time I compile this, it just disappears. And it's just one day it starts just fucking up like this. It just, I don't know what it is. To be honest, I should reach out to the guy who made it, but you know, I'm one of those Swedes that's extremely passive aggressive. You sit and swear under your hood and get pissed off, but you don't really do anything about it. But it's so interesting, because it's just gone. It's gone. And that, you know, regular buttons work just fine. It's just that. I don't know if it's the plugin or what the hell is, but because this is not really anything weird. It's just the basic widget. You know, yeah. And I don't know the problem with plugins. This is where I'm a little bit against using plugins at all. I know there's a lot of good plugins out there. The problem is that they're encapsulating everything under lock and key. So you can't really go in and see what the hell is actually going on underneath. So I don't know if this plugin is that way, but it's just every time I recompile, the buttons disappear and I don't know. It's just gone. It's so weird. Because I wanted a round, nice, circular button with, you know, pie-shaped sizes, and I wanted a little button in the center, and I'm gonna get that. However, I might have to pay somebody to do it because it's Slate. You have to go into Slate and build it yourself, and that probably is somebody. I tried to learn about it. I just couldn't get anywhere. Yeah, the problem is that the problem with this particular item was that it's so freaking difficult to get right. I don't know. There might be a better way to do it, but if I understood it correctly, you need to go into Slate and build it, like code it. I know there is a way to do it with you know, it uses like this one. I it uses, you know, the shape that you pass in and do some kind of ray tracing on it. I just don't understand it, and I tried to figure it out. I just couldn't. That's why it's like, oh. But I'm going to get that at some point. I think I need to open my wallet to get it done though. Probably get somebody from on Fiverr or something like that. Go like, code this for me. I have no idea. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good people out there that knows exactly what they're doing. So sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and do what need to be done, because I can spend weeks and weeks and weeks in trying to get this done, and then I pay somebody $200. And how much is that? It's, for some people it's a lot of money. For me, it's, you know, it's a day's work. So yeah. So yeah. All right. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna create a new situation here. We got a situation for each. I'm gonna build up a new one for our new situation. So we're gonna copy this, and we're gonna set that to situation 3, situation 4 actually, because I have situation 3. I can do situation 4 here. Yeah, I know. But you know what I mean. If you spend 2 weeks full time on doing something because you don't know how to do it, how much money is that? You know, if you say that you make 15 to 20 bucks an hour, you know, all of a sudden, yeah, it's, if you make two, that means that we talk about a lot of when it comes to business, when especially when I was running my supermarket, you know, you have smart money and stupid money, right? You're saving, you're spending 2 weeks. That's, let's say you make 10 bucks an hour. That means that in 2 weeks you supposed to have made 800 bucks, and instead you're spending $200 to somebody that, instead of spending $800 on yourself, you know. So sometimes it's just, especially if it is an area where you say that, you know, I'm not going to use this knowledge. If you do it to build up your knowledge, that's one thing. But right now you know, I don't think that I will ever sit and do Slate myself, because it's, first of all, freaking boring, and second of all, we got a system that works really, really well, except in certain specific areas. And those specific areas, maybe you should just let that be and let somebody that actually knows it and have invested time into it and got to know exactly how to do it, let them deal with that, and move on and learn things that you're actually going to use over and over and over again. Yeah, so let's see. We want to, can we name? Yeah, we can change the name on this. That's not a problem. Let's do that. I'm gonna do that. Section 3. Oh, okay. The problem I have is that all my buttons is called after situations. They are situation. Let's see here. Situation. Oh, it was just the main daddy that was incorrectly named. Okay, so this is gonna be S. Oh shit! Trying to code with my left hand. S3. Okay, we're not gonna have a target first of all. Maybe we should just decide what we're gonna have. We're gonna have information. We're gonna have storage. We're not gonna have look at, and we're not gonna have target. We need to have a way to rename our vehicle, personal vehicle. We're gonna have that, and I don't know what else. Let's see. I just got a message, a salesperson I need to block on one of these channels. There we go. Boom. All right. You're banned. You're banned. Made a fuel component earlier. It used the engine revolutions to reduce fuel. Oh my god. I display it in my widget, which leads me to another question. Okay. Should I be using specific data types for storing and showing what type of information the okay, hold on. I'm just gonna do one thing so I don't miss out. Boom. There we go. Should I be using specific data type for storing and showing that type of information to the widget? Oh no, I don't know. I made a fuel component earlier. It uses the engine revolutions to reduce fuel. Just need to display it on my widget. Gotcha. Hi Sirboso, man, damn. You're back. Hi, how are you doing? It was a while. Welcome in, man. I don't, what do you mean with specific data types for storing and showing that type of information to the widget? I don't know. First of all, are you using like some kind of gas system, or are you using? No, I'm talking about gas as in the game ability system, or are you talking? Are you just using fuel 100 or health 100 and have the fuel 100 and health 100 show it in the widget? Now to bind. All right. I mean, the thing is that if you're using the gas, I don't know if you should be binding text blocks for each component variable I want to show or have a data asset to store. Okay, so you're not using the gas system, because if you were using the gas system, you would connect it and just, you wouldn't bind. So you don't want to bind. Okay, you don't want to bind something to a text block. You want to use a function to update that text block. That's what the you know, because every binding cost efficiency. So you want to create a function that whenever the fuel consumption updates, you update the text manually. Otherwise, if you bind it, it will constantly check it over and over and over again every frame, right? So every frame, it reaches in and checks what is the level now, what's this level now, what's this level now. Instead, every time it updates, you have a function that sends that information to the text block. All right. Okay, you want to know how to store different types of data and then can update and display. Well, and you talked about, I saw it earlier up here, you talked about data assets, right? Just pulling different data from one place, yeah. If you want that, I mean, it's a data asset or a data table. If you want to pull data from a specific place. But I don't know why you want to do that, but we have to look at your code. We can do that if you want to, but No, but if you place it into, if you take a, yeah, it's hard because you almost have to look at it. Exactly, because you gotta have a idea how you want to flow, how your information is gonna flow through the system, right? You want to know that, okay, I got this, this is happening here, and then because it's always gonna, you can almost do everything in Unreal Engine. You can do a flow chart. Yeah, pop into it. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's better. Because it's always, you should build, when you're building something in your brain or on paper or whatever, you build a flow chart. Information goes from A to B to C to D, then E is happening, that will trigger G, that will send a message to something that doing this, you know. So start with that. I mean, now we can look at it. And then you can share your screen or something like that. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's an awesome idea. All right. Where were we? I still wonder about this. Are we gonna have a radial menu or not? Fuck. I don't know. Because I really don't like radial menus when it comes to... You want radial menus when it's something gonna go quickly. If you're pushing a right-clicking on your own vehicle, you don't usually tend to... You just want to go into... fuck. Yeah. No, nothing. Don't worry about it. It's just nice to have somebody here. I mean, I'm spending hours and hours and hours alone trying to, you know, sit and think about how to get whatever I want to do done, you know. These streams are more for me to interact with people and, yeah, playing around with things and talking about what the hell I'm doing and where the project is going and, you know, going forward in the future. So it's more like building up an interest for a game that might be published in 15 to 25 years. But it's you know, also for me to show off and go like, look what I do! I am so good! Don't you think I'm good? You're cooler? Okay. Alright, there you go. Sir Bosa has entered the house. I see that. Alright. I still don't know. Let's just take a look at the code. I still don't know what I want. What do I want? What do I want? Let's see here. So if we click on that, we are going into the HUD because the HUD is handling all the things. And we're right clicking and we can actually say that if it's this, then we are changing, yeah. So right now we are radial menu create. All right, see you in a bit, see you in a bit, see you in a bit. Enjoy your food. I was not starving. I actually had some food today. I had some I had some porridge. Radial widget. Let's see here. Radial check. Yes, mouse over radial widget. Activate radial widget. Oh no. Here we go. Add radial widget. I think what we can do is we can check if we're right clicking. Let's go back to the player controller here. And send me a plane. Yeah. Oh my god. So here we go. So right mouse. Here is where we are adding the radium menu. However, I want to do this. If target actor implements this, then it's this. So we can say this actually. If target actor, like that is not equal, or is equal to, let's see, is not equal to get pawn. Oh. Then we do this. Take all this stuff here, and we're going to place it inside here, and then we're going to have an else statement. And this is if it is the same pawn. So if we are clicking on our own pawn, then we can do something differently. And to be honest, I actually think that we are going to we're gonna add a sub widget instead. So now we're gonna figure out how the hell do we do that. So we're right clicking on. See, that is that code. Jeez, we have to go deep into our video controllers here. Deep. Let's see. Drag and drop slot has that code, if I don't misremember. So we got that here. On right button clicked. And now I'm gonna get some other information here. So we're getting the current item here because we're clicking on an item. That item is not a null pointer. We're getting the active sub widget. We're removing it. And yeah, let's see. And then calculate the height of number based on how many buttons we have. And then we are creating the sub widget, and we're setting the slot info on the controller, and then we're setting which type of information type, and then we're setting the set active sub widget, and we are starting the controller. So this actually is perfect. We can actually just copy all this. And we're gonna get into my main player controller. Hold on. I don't want to place it in my player controller, I can tell you that. Poop. I don't want this in my player controller. I'd rather have it in my HUD than if I'm gonna have it anywhere. Okay, let's look here. Okay, let's see. Let's just get this function done then. Let's see. There's gonna be a void. I mean, the player controller, we talked about that earlier today. The player controller will be so much larger. It's gonna be huge. Right, let's get this done. right, so this is just the basic information. So this is gonna be, that's fine, that's fine. So we're gonna get this HUD. We have the HUD. Right. We don't have the HUD? Oh, okay. Let's copy that then. So there. This is gonna be right mouse button clicked. And let's see. I'm creating a sub widget in the player controller class. Sub widget, but player controller class. Let's see. All right. What do we have here? We are going to get. We are going to get the input tag. We have the hit actor, so we need to send that. Let's see. We need to send the hit actor somehow. Hit target actor. At the same time, we know that the target actor, what that is, it's going to be us, our own target actor. So this is a, let's see there, actor, pointer. People actor. The first thing do. Okay, so vehicle actor. Well, vehicle actor is not a null pointer. Is the first check we want to do. Okay, there you go. Invading the world. Should join Putin. All right. So what we talk content with this, what are we talking about? We talked about inventory. We talked about change name. We talked about what was the last thing? Information. Hi Dan, how you doing, man? Debugging time, yeah. Let's see here. Okay, so we have 3, so that's fine. Okay. What the hell is this? This is not something we need to know. Create information sub widget current. Okay. Oh, behave. Okay, let's see. So this is where we start here. I don't know what the hell. We don't have a fitting menu right here, so we can forget about that. So we need to create our sub information widget ourselves. So let's look at the fitting menu controller, exactly what we did there. So, yeah, so we got everything done. Fitting menu controller. And that one. PC lab. Okay. Yeah, one funny guy. He's a funny guy. A funny guy. Funny. Everybody, funny guy. Store display. Create display. Here we go. Create information sub widget. All right. Got that there. If sub widget, then we are setting the sub widget, and we're getting this good stuff. Junk and get HUD. Widget controller. Right. So we need to change this a little bit though. Let's copy this first. How to set the vertices on a square to make a cube 3D. You duplicate and move it down. UGD function library. Get active overlay. And I'm going to use this as a context. There we go. And this is going to be a overlay, which is a let's see, overlay. Scroll with your controller. Shit. We don't want to do a overlay. We want the overlay controller. It's what we actually want. So overlay, new overlay. So new overlay widget controller. Boom. Pointer called OC equals cast. New overlay. I wonder if this is where I could, because I had some problems with this before, where I wasn't able to get the right information, and I was storing information in this, but the problem is I all of a sudden, when I tried to reach it into the HUD, it wasn't there anymore. And I think it had to do something to do with server client relations. I wonder if that should have been what do you call it? If that should have been repped down. Repped. What do you call it? Rep. Anyway, so I came up with this weird round working system. So yeah, I don't know. This works though. So for now, I'm gonna use this. So I think I need to rework this. BB controller. I think I need to redo this. BB player state. BGM. What is BGM? You mean what is that? I mean, is it networking stuff or what are you talking about? Play state. This is PD ability system component. Oh, yeah, I'm not a musician. I'm probably gonna have to at some point buy it. Yeah, I don't. I actually don't know. I have some friends in Sweden that are dealing with music and stuff like that. Maybe I can deal with them somehow. I haven't really thought about that at all. Okay. Right, that was a new one there. Boom. We need a sub widget, and we're gonna set that in a bit. Yeah. But I mean, I play the saxophone, but I don't think they want to have saxophone music in my entire game. Can you imagine that? Holy shit. Well, I played until my hand fucked up. But hopefully I can get that back. But that's a problem. Playing the saxophone with one finger. Well, I could probably. The problem is my finger is. I can't bend my finger. And I might have to remove the finger from my knuckle down. But I can get one of those extension things that you add to it when you want to play it. So maybe I can do that. That sounds okay. Hi Anon, how you doing, man? All right. So I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go and do copy this stuff here. We're gonna take this in here. Boom. Okay. We're gonna use our information subwidget controller, and we're just gonna do that. Boom. And subwidget. So we need our controllers. It's fine. Information subwidget controller. Let's see here. Take it easy now. If I was rich. Let's see here. Okay, let's do this stuff. Subwidget classes. Yes. Subwidget classes. That is not where I'm gonna check that. Drag drop. There we go. Get 2 many windows open now. Drag drop controller. This is what we're doing first. We got those two. That's what we're gonna steal. I think this could probably be not. I should have these in the same freaking place, all these, but it is what it is now. It could be cleaned up quite a bit, because right now I'm reusing these things all over the place. Not even have those. All right, let's just copy this and get that in there. Have those, fine. Subwidget class. There. Controller class. There. Information subwidget controller. There. And information subwidget. There. Boom. And this is going to be a information subwidget object. There we go, and this need to be included, and we should be almost good to go there. I need to update this code. Information sub widget. Let's see if I don't have that here somewhere. Information sub widget. Sub widget. There we go. That's the one we're looking for. This is the widget you're looking for. So yeah, I got this epidemic sound. I mean, it's quite a bit of money. It's just the whole thing with music online is a fucking nightmare. It doesn't matter if I pay for it and put it in as like a safe thing, because Twitch will mark it as illegal music no matter what. I have to every time I have to send in a mail saying, "Hey, I got permission for this. I got permission for this. I got permission for this." It doesn't matter. I have to do it on a daily basis. I stopped when I was streaming games. I stopped playing music because they were like, "Yeah, no, you're not allowed to use this music. It's epidemic musics." And I was like, "No, I got the rights right here." I'm like, "Okay." Then they lifted the mute version on the VOD. And I was like, "Fuck this! I can't be doing this every fucking day." All right, I need to have the widget class. I see. Is that not in there? That's the controller. Which class is that? If statements in assembly are not existent, I think. All right. No, you shouldn't have in the constructor now. You shouldn't have that. Information subwidget. Okay, information subwidget. So where is my information subwidget? I don't have that here. UI widget. Information widgets. It's not there. Information tab selector. There we go. Got that fix there. And nice. Okay. We're creating the widget. We are setting the active widget. And we need to create a widget controller. Setting the widget controller. Slot type, slot index, current item. Jesus, I need to go in and actually rework this a little bit. What's the problem down here? I'm gonna be fucking up my 2 there. That is that. Okay, yeah. Sub widget. There we go. Fix that. Okay. Let's see here. Sub widget setting that. And we need to know what the hell this is. I don't remember. This information type. We need to have a new information type, I think. Because right now we have item display, storage information, slot information. We need to have a new information type. Let's go into my data. Private, public, there, blah, 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 data. Item data. Classes, storage classes. Jesus, what was it called? Information type. Information type, information type, information type. Boom. Own vehicle. You gotta display name equals. I don't know if we need this, but own vehicle, display name, own vehicle. Go. Go in here now, and we can say this is own vehicle. Slot type. No, we don't need slot information. Can remove that at all. Set this. Set storage controller. We do not want that. Check sub widget. What kind of function is that? Check sub widget. Don't have that in the fitting menu. Should be in my drag drop here. Check sub widget and boom. Okay, so it's in the parent class of the controller. Controller. So we're gonna check the controller's daddy. See exactly what's happening in here. Controller overlay radial widget controller. Here we go. I'm gonna have a check. Check sub widget. Control F. Oh, Control F. Check sub widget. So we're getting the sub widget. from the active subwidget, and if the subwidget and is not hovered, so if we not hover it, so that's what's happening here. Okay, here. Not to play controller. Shit. HUD. There we go. So what are we actually doing? We are saying that if we have an active subwidget and that subwidget is not hovered, so that should be in there then. Okay. Thing is that we are setting it so we can just do this. What are you talking about? Oh, here you go. That's what we can do. So we just want to check. So it's already checked here, so we don't even need that. So boom. So we can do that. That should solve that. All right, Sir Bosso. Nice to see you, though. It's been a while, so welcome back, and thanks for stopping by, man. I'll see you next time. All right. Okay, so what the hell are we doing here, really? On right clicked, so we are doing that. We can close down that, and we can close down that. So on right clicked, we are doing this. Okay, cool. We can close down that. We can close down that. We can we're gonna close down that. We can close down that, and we can close down that. Okay, cool. Check the on right button clicked. So we are doing all this. We're setting the timer. We are going to check our little sub widget here. No, we're gonna check our what are we gonna check? This guy. Exactly. What's happening when we get in there? We actually want to do this one. I don't know if we want to do it first or after. Hold on. We're just gonna take a look at that. Information, what do you call it? Sub-widget controller. Information sub-widget controller. So what is happening here? Controller is set initialize. This is the first thing that's happening, is that we're getting the boxes, and we get the sub-widget box. And then we are setting, let's see, so we have a function running here called set information type. Is that what triggers everything, or what? Set information type, here we go. Set information type, setting the information type, and then populates the VBox. Then the populated VBox is going to be controlled with what the hell is happening here. We're switching on storage information, information display information, and slot information. Now we want to also do another case here. Case key information type on own vehicle. What are we going to do then? Boom. All right. been a while since I saw a case switch statement. Okay, so what are we doing? We're getting the UI manager, for example, and getting the array of buttons that are on the UI manager, right? Slot widget buttons, and right, I forgot about that. So we need to go to the UI manager subsystem. On the UI manager subsystem, we should have something that, okay. Get item sub widget buttons, get slot sub widget buttons. We get different functions there. Nice. It's good to always come back to the same menu and finding what's happening there. So let's see here, because it's just reminds me on what's happening. That's data table slot, get basics, remove active, yeah. What was it called? Not that, here. Get item sub widget buttons, let's see here. Get item sub widget button, here we go. Returning a T-array with F names. That's what we want to do. And let's see the function in itself. Get sub widget buttons. Okay. So it's a UI data asset with our buttons. Returns. Okay, right. So we need to look at the UI data asset to make sure that we have our new buttons that we need. So data assets is in data, and UI data asset. Here we go, and so we're gonna do this T-array of button labels. This is gonna be own vehicle. Own vehicle widget button labels. Okay, and let's get one of these functions as well. Working, so we can do this. Get own vehicle. Buttons. Sub buttons. There we go. Cool. And this is going to be added. And we're going to return own vehicle video. That one. Cool. All right, so we can close down this, and we need to fill that out. And we are checking this gun. Down. Get own widget button. Widget sub. Oh my god. Let's see. Sub widget buttons. Okay, let's get that done. Return. I'm gonna say get own vehicle sub widget button. All right, so that's that. So now we got that, so we can use that in our function here. Copy these guys and do that. I'm gonna set that here. Get on sovereignty buttons. Cool. Yeah. So if storage index is trader, we are item display. This is just basically this is not really how you're supposed to do it. So we do if that dot num. That's how we do it. Okay, let's copy this guy. Here. Trade sub button, and the information type is on vehicle. So let's go in and set this up, I think. Really start getting, you know, when you start feeling that it's not even 4:30, and it starts getting darker outside, and you can feel, because I have, you know, I have a wall here, and then I got a little doorway and a window right on the other side of the wall, and it's like, oh my god, it starts getting dark. Winter are here. Winter's coming. Ah, come on. No, 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 no. UI manager. VP. Here we go. January worst. Yeah. Oh, shit, that is wrong. January is worst. Well, the thing is, November has always been the worst in Sweden, because November is very, very dark. While coming into December, usually the snow has fallen, and it gets very, very much lighter when the snow is on the ground. Even though, you know, we're in Stockholm, sun is up between, you know, 9 o'clock in the morning and 3 in the afternoon, and there's dark the rest of the day. But with the snow is falling, you know, it's much brighter. There's actually a song in Sweden by one of Sweden's most famous songwriters, born in November. It's very good. It's a very good song. Too bad you don't speak Swedish. Let's see. Is it not born in November? Oop.
LinkedIn is the place to be to be. Start advertising on the highest returning paid social platform.
There you go. Very, very good song. Very good song. But yeah, it's in Swedish. But it's called Born in November. Where the hell was it? Yeah, right. It's some this manager stuff. Let's see. I was gonna check this out. It's a data asset. So it's a data asset. Not assets. Asshat. Asshat. Data assets. UI data asset. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So now we're gonna name these things. We're gonna have. First, we're pressing on our. Gonna be change name. And then we're gonna have. Yeah, November is the same word, so. Change name, information, storage, inventory, storage, open storage, and storage. Change name, information, open storage. We'll save it at that. Let's see if it's even launching at all. Oh my god. Boom! Ah! Crash. All right. What did it crash on? Set widget params. Okay. Set widget there. PC player control is null. Okay, the player controller is null. Hold on. What else is null? Attribute set. Ability component. Everything is null pointers. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Get widget. And which one is this? What are we calling? It's this guy here. So we are. Okay, let's test this then. Just for hell of it. Controller. State. Something is not really like it should, but ability system component. It's probably gonna crash too. Yes. Oh, that's. Just need to bind my fuel to the fuel into the data asset. So you need to do a T map, basically. No, you have a name. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can't. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, value in 32. Yeah. It's probably not gonna work, but we're gonna test it anyway. Nothing happens. Oh, it doesn't crash anyway. That's always something. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I don't add it to the viewport yet. I need to set, somehow I need to set information. Where the fuck are we doing that? Video controller. Let's just run this and then we can look at that. You know, it's a good thing. Don't think about what you're doing. Just do it. And then if it works, it works. You know what I mean? And then you leave it aside for a while and then you go back to it and you're like, oh, damn, this is exactly what I need to do. Twist and meld type of game for now. I want fuel stations. You have to sit and fuel for 10 to 15 seconds. Yeah, well, that's a fast fuel. Where is it? Formula 1? Oh, that's just 3 seconds, but still. Oh, hello. It's okay. I mean, it's not right, but it's okay. It's okay. Anyway, we got our little buttons, information, open storage, and change names. That's always something. At least we got it, so it's working. That's not right now. But honestly, to me, it's like, yeah, perfect. We got something on the screen. That's the most important thing. That we can start working on exactly how to set things up, making sure that it's the right size, etc., etc., etc. So button, we need to check set storage, set widget. Let's see, where are we actually doing this? Where are we adding it to the viewport? Because we're creating it here. Are we actually doing that here? Maybe you are. Recreate information sub-widget, fitting menu controller. Learn about widget switches earlier too. Oh my god. Yeah, widget switches are really good. I use them quite a bit. I mean, it's much better. But I learned about that. Did a Udemy tutorial on UI management, on how to, you know, what everything actually is, instead of sitting and going through what the hell is with whatever his name is, when I go through every little part of what widgets are and so on and so on. Jesus, I'm really tired. I'm gonna get this working anyway. Yeah, I mean it's awesome. The only thing is that, you know, it's very good at loading up things dynamically as well. I used that a lot in this project, where I dynamically upload what everything is supposed to be under which button, etc., etc. All right, Jesus, got very tired all of a sudden. Create information. Okay, so this is what we are doing. Oh yeah, I forgot to add all this. Ah, all right. All this is going to happen. This is why I need to. Probably need to go in and actually manually do all this stuff. Let's see. Boom. See what I need in here, to be honest. I don't remember why I need a fucking player controller here. Oh, yeah, I need to get the mouse position. This should actually happen inside the player controller, because we have the player controller, so we can actually take this piece of code here, move it to PC, and viewport size, get the viewport size. All this can happen in the player controller, and then we can just return the sub widget, and the rest of this can be placed inside the player controller. I think that's better. We need to return this. We need to return from this function. So we're gonna put that there. Then in the HUD, boom, we can do it. Yes, we can. Very, very good. Void, right click, right mouse button, right mouse button, right mouse button. Where the fuck is you? Remove. Is it up here? Here we go. Boom. There we go. Boom. All right. Now we need to return that. All right. Stop with it. Okay. And then if that is, then we need to just return null pointer. And we can't do that there. No. Okay. Where are we going to return that then? What the fuck? Oh, here we go. We have one too many. Boom. Return null pointer. Okay, cool. And all this dunk going into okay. If yeah, it's one up here somehow. All right, I'm gonna check that in a second. I just want to get this into player controller so I don't lose it. Where the fuck is the player controller now? Oh. Let's see. So the cursor trace. Dunk. I'm just gonna place that in there, and this is gonna be too much shit. I'm gonna be that play controller. Sub widget equals. There we go. We have all that, but we're just gonna go and do this. And then we check this. That's fine. That. This is where we're off. What the hell? I got a one too many here. But not. Not really? No, we don't, because that is going there. Yep, no, it works. It works. All right, cool. Shit, sometimes. Thing I want to do is figure out how to display a 3D render of my model in the widget. Yes, there I can rotate, so eventually when you get hit, it shows in red on the model. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Render target. So what you need to do, basically, if I go to blueprints, you go to character maybe. This is what you need. Not that. Ship display. You need an actor that has a scene capture component 2D. And what this is basically doing is what you can create is a render target, a ship render target like this. It's basically, if you look at this, if I now take this and I don't know, move it here and rotate it a little bit, just for the hell of it. I think that's what I did. See, it changes the model. So what you do is you spawn this ship display actor somewhere in your world, and then you control this with your mouse movement, and this is where you display in your widget is the render target. And what you can do is you can control this ship scene capture component 2D, which is basically a camera that you can put on a spring arm. It's actually on my spring arm here. So this is actually what I want to do too, because what I want to do is I want to have I want to be able to do a testing fitting. So you know my fitting window that I have in the world. I want you to be able to test out different fittings, but not actually updating your fitting, and it's going to take place inside a widget. It's kind of complicated. The only thing is that you need to launch this widget somewhere in the world. So you need to set it as non-rendering and visible in world, and it can't be visible to other players. But it need to be somewhere in the world, in the active world. I was thinking maybe I can build a mountain in the world, and inside the mountain I have a little room where I can spawn these things, and then I don't have to worry about it. I don't know, let's say you have 50 people that spawn in their own little vehicle. I don't know what that would do, but that's basically how it works anyway. So yeah, it's actually something that's pretty cool to work with. So yeah, you get this ship rendering target and you use that. So that's why they have a model under the map in the room. Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty cool. It's something I've been thinking about, but I left it as much later in the process. That was my idea of it. So there's a lot of things that I've been playing around with that I haven't implemented, but the ideas are there. And hopefully one day I'll get to it. All right, let's see. Boom, boom. Okay, so we got the player controller here. May as well get the sub widget, and then we're setting the widget height. Jesus. We need to pass that back too. Well, what I can do instead, I can move this back, is I can set the play controller when I'm launching this, so I can do this here. That's going to be the play controller. And then I don't have to worry about getting the play controller. So yeah. So we go back here. I'm gonna go paste this again. And I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna remove this again, as I warned. And we're gonna go in here and just say void. All right, so now we're gonna say no, we can't do that anymore. Boom. And right, so we're gonna say an A player AGB underscore player controller for declaration from player controller. There we go. Boom. Copy this guy. Now we're gonna paste that in there. Boom. And now we're gonna say player controller in there. You don't need to cast it actually. It already is the right player controller. Don't have to cast it at all. So we don't even need to do that. We can just do that, and we can say player controller wherever I need that, because I don't need to have that. I already have that information baked into this. All right, so yeah, remove that. Get the size of the viewport, engine size, clamp the mouse, project show. Don't need that. What is this? Set active sub widget. We're doing that. That is done. All right. I think we can test it out again. Yeah. So yeah, this whole, I did actually, let's see, about a year ago, probably a year and a half ago, I tried to start building up a game that was, it was a real weird game. No, it wasn't. This is actually, the idea was pretty cool. But it was a game that was basically, you were a farmer. And you basically, not a farmer, but more of a flower pot thingy, and maybe you could build it out to a farm. But basically, you had some basic seeds that you could plant flowers with. And then you harvest the seeds, and then you could combine the seed and make another type of plant, and you can take different plants and combine them to make yet another type of plant. So it was like, it's, you know, one of those, you know, combine things and make another thing and just grow and grow and grow and get new flowers or fruits or whatever. And then was you gonna be able to buy, you know, create stuff and sell it on the market and blah 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 blah. And one of them was that I wanted to have an information window where you basically showed information stats about the item, and whenever you went in there, it created one of these render targets and showed you the plant as it showed. Um, that would be cool with potions too. Yeah, exactly how it works, right? But you show the plant going around in a on a pedestal that turned around, so the camera went around it. So that was exactly what happened. I had to create a world that I could spawn the actor in, and then that's where the whole render target came about. I did a little bit differently, but the idea was the same. So yeah, I mean, it was a real time thing too. So I implemented, you know, real world time into it. So you could basically plant your seeds, turn off your computer, and then when you come back, the plants have grown overnight. So how I did was I reached out to a API, got the time, you know, when was the planted. I stored that, and then whenever you come back, it it had all the information about when you sowed the plant and how long it's supposed to take, and then if it's, you know, if it gone X amount of time since you planted it, it's this big. If it gone, you know, how many percentage of, for example, I had 5 different stages on the plant, and it grew up during the 5 stages depending on how long. Yeah, it was a free API. It was a free, you know, time API online. So there was nothing to it. It was pretty simple, but it was just, the problem with me is that I start something and it grows out of proportion, and then I want to throw everything and a sink and the, you know, kitchen sink on it. I want to do everything in one game, and it usually becomes a little bit too big, and I want to have it done in 5 minutes, and usually that's what stops me. This is the first project I actually took on that I actually know is going to take a long time to make, and that's really why I start to stream it, was because that can get me into a situation where I can stream it over a longer period of time, and then I'll just continue working on it, and the stream is keeping me in line of actually doing it. So, all right, there we go. I got my buttons working here. It's not really doing what we're supposed to. And I still have a problem with this whole, how should I put it? I want them to be the same size. You know what I mean? And I don't have, right now I don't have a timer on these, so I need to set that up as well. I do have a movement that disappears whenever I move my camera, which is good. I just need to set up the timer on them, which I don't have right now. But that's fine. Yeah, I mean, if I get to where I want, yeah, I think that's absolutely that this could be a game that people want to play. Because, I mean, for example, a game like EVE Online been going on for 20 years. So I need to get it to a position where I can present it as something that's actually going to happen. To be able, because I know that I don't have the knowledge. I don't have all the knowledge to make this viable game that I actually could sell to people, or do a subscription model, whatever I want to do, or whatever. I need that knowledge, but you need to, you, yeah, you can always update or build on it with Unreal 2. Yeah, the thing is that I need to get it to a state where other people are gonna go, oh, that actually could become something. Yeah, we can probably invest in that, you know. I just need to work hard and get to that point, and then, you know, we'll see. But everybody wants this, you know, stuff to happen. The only thing is that, you know, I need to learn at the same time. Yeah, I mean, I need to stick to it. That's the way it is. So yeah. All right. Okay. This is, I don't know what the fuck is happening. Sometimes it just goes on a freaking haywire and goes off the rails. But yeah. But this is pretty cool. I mean, now we can interact with others, and now we're gonna, you know, we're gonna work on this. I don't know. What do you think? Is this just because I'm clicking on my own? Is it okay to have a different menu for my own vehicle than I have for others? You know? Or should it be the same? I don't know. Should have a system where it actually removes it if I click on this. I don't know. I don't know. Or should be the same. Well, the thing is that I want, it's not supposed to be click based for everything. That's the thing. It's gonna be click based for big vehicles. Like if you have a big larva moving vehicle that goes very slowly and just chews up materials from the ground, then you want to have the click version, because nobody gonna sit and push W to go 5 miles an hour moving forward. You know, and you know there are people out there that love that type of gameplay. It's like they click on there, okay, we're gonna go get these rocks, and I'm gonna get those rocks, and we're gonna mine those for 25-30 minutes, and just sitting and clicking. There's a lot of people that love that kind of gameplay. Not everybody, but some. And for those people, will have this click version of movement. And then we're gonna have people that want to shoot people, that want to run around with small mechs and just shoot, and make life difficult for the big boys that just want to sit and mine. And those people is gonna have regular inputs. If you want to control a vehicle ID, I'd recommend you look into Chaos Vehicles for the physics and amount of setup you can do with the vehicles. Yeah. That's probably going to be something I need to look into, and probably going to spend a few weekends on really investigating. Absolutely. At least to get an understanding how it works, you know. But for now, we'll work on the click function, I think, and then we'll implement it as needed. Because I want to get the battle stuff, you know, how we start, you know, firing in each other, because that's the thing that I think is pretty cool going on right now, is the whole combat. What the hell is that error I'm getting now? I'm getting a little bit concerned with all the errors that start showing up. I think it's streaming stuff, information streaming. But yeah, I mean, I want to be able to start interact with these guys. So one thing at a time. Functionality first, yeah. It's absolutely right. Still, you know, when I see this, I don't know if I want a different menu for these guys. For my guy. I don't think so. I want the same menu. Even though it's not pretty, it feels wrong to have a different menu for my guy. To be honest. Oh, great. Crash. Oh, I know why. It's just that I just clicked on it. It was stupid. Anyway. Think I want to, if I right click, I just gonna use the same thing. I'm not gonna use this. Sometimes you just test out and you're like, yeah, no, this is not what I want. So it's like bore. What? What are you talking about? What's boring? You mean? I don't know what you're talking about right now, but that's okay, I guess. All right. So what I'm gonna do here, we're gonna leave this code. I don't want to delete it right now because I might be moving back and forth with the thing here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do that, and all of a sudden it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna add a radial menu. No, not yours. Okay. So there was a lot of work for deciding that I don't like it. So we're gonna do this, but how can we control? Let's look at radial menu because we need to control what we want to show here. Well, that's the way it could be actually. Sometimes. What the hell is going on? I want some music. Oh. Let's see. Look at open container. This is just the buttons. Oh, right. I was crashed. Need to open that again. AAA my ass. Might look boring, but you know, honestly, I'm pretty confident it will get better as soon as I start getting some stuff in here because I'm thinking that I need to start get my mech up and running soon again. I need to have that in, and as soon as I can start getting movement on that, I think that is something I need to concentrate on in the next couple of days or a couple of weeks. I mean, so we can get our beautiful mech in here, so we can start attaching and removing objects because I want to be able to start implementing high slot functionalities. That means that we're going to implement movement on adding external meshes and combine those in there. you got functionality, so changing UI is easy. Yeah, sometimes it's a lot of shit. You know, I got so much left to do. It's just crazy with the UI. I mean, I've been leaving stuff and like, okay, let's move on to something else. I have to go back and do a lot of things. Just look at my fitting menu. I got nothing here. Everything is empty. If I look at my information, oh, I got 2 things here. But this, I haven't even done anything with these. And if I look at these guys, information on these guys, all this is empty. I got nothing going on. All these things is like, yeah, I got so much I can see, you know. All these needs text, all these, I got these images that need to be updating. I got days and years. Still a lot of work. All right. So what did I say? Yes, I'm gonna look at my. Let's see, blueprints, UI, radial menu, and this guy. I'm gonna update this. I just hate the way it looks, but I'm gonna do here is we're gonna have. We're not gonna do target. I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna say change name. And then we're gonna have change name information. I know that we have that already, so we can say change name storage and information. That's the way we're gonna have it. So we need to look at this button. Let's see here. How did I do this? Change name. I should have. Oh. That's the image. So we can remove that image. We can actually not remove it. You're going to say change name image. And that is going to be storage image. And this is going to be information image. And let's see, information, no, shut. That can be deleted. Oh, don't need that. And that can be deleted. That was wrong. Okay, so this is information there. And we got information, and we're gonna get storage. This is gonna be, oh shit, storage image. Change name image. Okay. This one we actually have storage. Somewhere we supposed to have that. Yeah. Oh, fuck, what happened? Oh my god. The fuck, this is a new one, isn't it? Oh fuck, I forgot to save it. That's why. Oh my god. Okay, let's see if I can what I can save here. Okay, that works. Okay, so this. Oh shit. Copy. Paste. All right. block, a text block. That one and that one can be removed. And then start. Let's see here, target. Also S2 change name. S2 storage. And S2 information, that's fine. Information. S3 information. Storage and S3. Use name. 4. 3. Let's change this back to 2. Okay. What do you call open? Is it called open? Okay. Match. Change name image. This need to be changed to open. Boom. And I don't know what kind of image we should have to change name though. But right now we can remove it and we are going to set a text here. Let's see, just add text right now. All right. All right. There we go. Let's do that. That's for now. Doesn't really matter because it's, as you said, functionality is the most important thing right now. All right, so let's see. This is S3 stuff, and I need to make sure that these guys are variables, and they are. Good. So situation 3. Change name. Add that. Information. Add that. Storage. Add that. Okay. So let's see. Information is probably get more for state key. If shit is down. Yeah. Information is probably going to be the same fucking thing though. Well. And on clicked for change name and storage is going to be 2 different functions. Boom. Okay, put that there. Open container. Maybe we can do that. Open container. There we go. We're going to have a new function here called change name, and it's going to be in a menu widget controller. Menu widget controller. So, change name is a function we need to have. Boom. On target. Yeah. Boom. change name. And we're just going to do a U, let's see, UE log, log temp, warning, text, launch a text, prompt with text change, name change. So we're just going to do a to do launch a prompt to change the name of the user owned vehicle. It's fine. Let's just hook that up. So that is done. We also need to, of course, remove the radial menu. Can wait with that guy there. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Go with the graph, and let's see here. I'm gonna get the controller and change. Change name. All right. Of course, we're not doing anything. Idiot. All right, we set it up. Oh my god. All right. So we're gonna play a controller, and we're actually not doing anything here. So we need to add the radial widget with the mouse position and the target actor. The question is, should we know that it's our own actor? Or can we get that in the HUD? Let's see, aid radial. Let's look at that freaking function. Let's do that. Holy shit, what the fuck happened? Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see, target actor screen location. Cast that radial. Let's see what we need. Kind of information when we set target actor, set HUD. We could probably, because we are inside here on the client side, right? So we do have the possibility to just check if it is the same actor that we control. So we can probably do that in the set widget controller, radio controller widget. And let's see, how do we set radio? Let's check the radial widget control, not the controller, but actually the radial widget. And the controller, there's no widget. Here, widget controller is set. We need to find out what the target is, then change it depending on the correct value. All right, it's already targeted. Are we in the? It's in look mode. It's the same actor that we look at. Okay. I also like to know if the target is our target. The target is our pawn. So let's see if we can get that. The bull is on pawn. B is on pawn equals target actor. Let's see, controller target actor is what we're looking for here. It's equal to get GDPC get pawn. So now we know if we are or not, if that is our pawn or not. So can I just do this, because that's the first thing we can check. If then we're going to say radial menu widget switcher, set active widget index, and then we're going to set it to 3. Boom. Else if the controller target actor, find component by interface. If that is true, then we do this, and because you got the storage interface. And the thing is that this is pretty good, because this is checking if it has a storage interface. So we have to check if it's a vehicle interface first, because we don't want that to be. All vehicles has a storage interface, right? And all containers. Yeah, so we want to check. We probably want to switch these out here. I'll think about it. So this, else if. We want to check if the target is of a U vehicle interface. If it's implementing the interface for U vehicle interface. So if it's not our pawn, fine. Then we want to check Is it actually a vehicle? Yes or no? If it is a vehicle, then it's going to implement this other switcher, which is 1, which is without the storage, because we don't want to be able to actively dig into somebody else's storage that we just passing by on the street without killing him first or shooting him or whatever. So I think this is the order we have to do it. We'll see. Can test it and see what we get. Now we're gonna have yet another class after that. For example, if we clicking on a rock or whatever. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. You wanna come up and say hello, buddy? Buddy. Can I get my hand here? I gotta play around with this mouse. Oh, I don't know what the hell is going on here. There we go. So if I click on this, we got with the storage and stuff like that. Click on this guy. I will get the storage one too. We shouldn't get that. Or maybe we should. I have to check that out. Exactly what. No, it's supposed to be 3. It's not supposed to get that. Alright, so we can look at that. And this one doesn't get anything because we don't call it yet. Let's see here. Play controller. So we're going to do this. There we go. But I don't know why that one didn't run. Let's see. It's supposed to get this number 0, 1. This is supposed to come. Not 1. 0 is not supposed to go. Okay. So interesting. Well, we'll restart this and see one more time. I want to see the right one for my vehicle. Hey, buddy. Let's see. Yeah, we got the name. So that one is right. Get the name here, and that should actually spawn a output. And yeah, launch a prompt for name change. Perfect. That is cool. We don't do anything here and here, but that's fine. Don't think so. Anyway, this one is spawning the wrong one. And I don't know why. Because it's supposed to implement the radial menu control no, widget. Here we go. So this one is right. Let's get that one and that one and that one and that one. See what happens here. It's 15 seconds delay though. So that one should be true, but it doesn't. Oh no. Yeah. No, wait a minute. Oh shit. This is wrong. Nice. It's not the component. We're gonna have implements. This one. Implements. Implements. U vehicle. No, I vehicle. Yes, we go. That's wait a minute. What am I doing? Boom. No, there. All right, that's what we needed. Right? It needs to check if it implements the iVehicles interface. This is checking if one of the components what the hell? Static class is not a member of iVehicle. I know, I removed it. Where is that? Okay. Okay, let's see. What did I do wrong? I mean, clearly it's something that's control the target actor, implements. Let's see. Bum 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 bum. Oh, okay. Let's see. So we need to implement target actor. Target actor get class. Okay. Get class. Implement interface. Implement interface. Now we're gonna have the. Let's see here. X, U in vehicle interface. Class. And one too many, right? One, two. Need one more. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, let's see again. So that one is great. Just off target a little bit. Now if we got the right one, we can target it. We can look at it. And we can get information on it. Not really, but I need to work on that. All right, so that's fine. Okay. Get that done. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so that was that. So let's see. Next thing I want to do is I want to look at launching a prompt. If I click on the button for changing name on it. We don't need to, do the whole thing today, but at least I want to be able to do that. And we're gonna take a look a little quickly exactly what the other one looked like. I don't know how much code I need to add though. So let's see here. We got our fitting window here. And if I click on these, I have a change name for the storage. And it will pop up one of these, and we can use the same freaking thing. I'm gonna say, hello, let's see here. Hello world. Select that name and it updates there. And this is the name I want to change. This says my first vehicle. That's the name we're gonna change by using this button right here. So that's the plan. Why is it ending up there? I don't know. This is something to do with the controller that we are using our client. It's something to do with client. Because if I do this, I change this to standalone. I don't think it does that. Oh yeah, it does that. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on then. Anyway, this is not the thing I want to have in the end anyway, but yeah. Anyway, so change name. Let's see how much stuff we need to reproduce there. It could be quite a bit, or it could be very little. So we're doing that in the fitting menu. Let's see here. So no, I don't. Let's see here. What the hell do we do? So we're launching the prompt. We're doing that from the sub widget. Jesus, coming back to the sub widget. Sub widget button controller here. Let's see what we have here. Set slot info, blah 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 blah. Button is clicked. And then we want to know what button has been clicked. Well, let's see here. Slot information. There's the change storage name is the function we're calling. Let's see, change storage. Change storage image. Nope, change storage name. This is the function we're calling. And we're calling from here, we're calling cleaning up for new prompt. Let's see where the hell that is. Here we go. So we're removing the active sub widget. You don't have to do that. We're creating a new widget. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. Okay, so we just creating a new prompt widget. We are getting our good old widget controller params. Getting the HUD, and then we're getting the widget controller. And then we're setting if it is a storage. And let's see here. Then we're setting all these fucking things. There we go. That's the thing we do. We set the prompt switcher index because the prompt has a switcher index. And then we set the width and height, and then we add the review port and we center on the screen. Boom. That's all we do. Okay. Let's see here. So basically, some of this stuff is going to be very, very simple. So this is what's going to happen when we're creating that in our radial button menu. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Let's see so we can close down some of this stuff. Here is where we're doing it. Don't need that for now. Close that. This is where we do it. And we are going into change name. Here we go. Here is the bad boy. So basically, we are going to do the same fucking thing. We're gonna create the widget. We need to set up the prompt in a sec, but there we go. There we go. And then we are not doing anything with the prompts, so we are just checking this stuff. Boom. And I think some of this code we already have. I think we have the hubs already. Boom. Yep. And then we're going to get the controller for the prompt screen. And shit. Set this to false. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of stuff here that I've done for the stuff. I don't know if I need to set it, but you know. Item struct. No. Null pointer. Yes, maybe. Content scroll box. Don't need that. Set this to false. False. Might have to add some extra extra information. We'll set these that we can do. It's a vehicle, yes. True. 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 Okay. Let's see. Storage type. We're not going to be a null pointer, and this could be a null pointer as well. I don't need those things. We're going to set the widget controller and set the prompt index. We're going to set that manually. That will be a 3. I don't remember. Fuck. Hold on. We got that here. We can just get that here now because we have all that information down here. Set change name. So it's 0, 300, 200. So change name 0, 300.f, 200, 200.f. And this is from our HUD, so we can do HUD. I think it's a HUD. Don't we have that on the HUD? Centers on screen, center widget. Here we go. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Yeah. And remove radial widget. That is fine. So now we just need these two guys. Let's see here. So that's selection prompt and prompt controller. Selection prompt and prompt controller. All right, so we're gonna just include that one. And we're gonna include this one. Or declare those. And let's see. Now we just can do at the top. We don't have done that before here, so we're gonna copy that just to have it done. Copy these guys. Oh, exactly the same. So it's just perfect. Just need to add that in there. And boom. And do we have selection prompt? Yes, we do. That is all right. Let's see here. What else do we have? Oh, size box. All right. Could have probably done that as well. Include components and use size box. Use size box. Go. And what else? Selection prompt is parameter base information with it. Okay. Yeah, that won't work. Let's do this, and then we're just gonna see if we even get it on the screen, and then we can worry about center it. All right. All right. So well, it's a little big though, but yeah. But we can. Hello. We can write in there, and it is coming up on the screen. Right, we need to do this. We need to center it on the screen, because in there it will handle that for us. So let's take a look here. We can look at our HUD. HUD widget center on screen. Boom. Control F, center on screen. Center widget, okay. Because this is where the magic happens. So basically what we can do here is you can just, I don't know why I need to use it, a view base information with it, to be honest. There's nothing here. stating it has to be that. It can be just any old widget. GD use a widget. We can use that. There's nothing stating that it has to be center on menu. Center. What the fuck was it called? Center widget. Center widget. Because honestly, yes, I am using that widget, but there's nothing saying okay. I am. Did include that. Include GD. No, UI. Widget. Let's. Oh shit! I renamed it. That's the class we want. That's the class we want. And there we go. Come on. There we go. And what now? Cannot resolve root. Because now we have to cast it to. Oh, fuck off. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Screw you. Screw you. I know. I know. Screw you. Asshole! Okay. All right, let's see. So, boom. There we go. Got it. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. All right, cool. I'm not gonna go into the code because I need to. There's quite a bit of coding changes that need to be happening here. Because I need to update the vehicle's save file. Whenever I click here, change the name, I need to change the save file and storing that. So I need to change some code in there. Whenever we click on this, and I need to make sure that everything is done inside this prompt controller. So I'll come back tomorrow and we'll continue with some stuff. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think anybody new subscribed. It's. I can tell you that I'm a little bit disappointed with YouTube. I start getting quite a bit of people coming in and saying hi and all that, and new people coming by, but they didn't think it was enough, so they stopped promoting my Anywhere me. So I went from having like 700 or 800, displayed on for 700 or 800 people down to 50, and it was just a little pissed off at that. It's not easy to, if you show it for 700 people and 5% click on it, they come in and say hello or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, well, we're getting there anyway. This stuff here, when it comes to the actual game, I think we're getting somewhere. Right, we don't have any updated control. And we are almost ready to start implementing some high slot items. So I'm gonna start working a little bit more on my mech and get my mech in here, so we can start adding some weapons to this and whatnot. Right, see you tomorrow. Take care, and Unknown, thank you so much. It's so nice to see you guys, you here. So you are my best follower. All right. And I don't know. There is a couple of people that actually, I think they live in the US or something like that, that watching during the night. I see that all of a sudden around midnight or 2 o'clock or something like that, my time, it just goes off. So, all right. See you. And yeah. Exclamation mark Discord if anybody want to join there. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.